your new champion, Wesley Vissers.
Good morning, everybody. We have arrived to the carb loading days. So today is Wednesday. The weigh-in will be on the exactly the same day as the previous competition, but now it's going to be later in the day. So as I mentioned in a previous video, we have to kind of balance out the meals a little bit more maybe tomorrow, but today I woke up at my lightest yet, 200 grams less than previously at the R Classic Columbus, Ohio. So that's a very good sign. Yesterday I ate less fiber, which really does work. So now I have more room to grow into the show during this carb load. So right now I'm making the victory breakfast as always. Every meal will have either 130 grams of rice flour or the same amount of dry white rice from, of course, Uncle Ben's or Tilda. And yeah, the gentleman yesterday gave me a rice cooker to borrow, and that's going to be amazing to use for the rice, but more about that later. So for now, I'm going to make this meal, and the fruits and vegetables will be different. So vegetables will be much lower today, and the fruit will only be banana to replenish the potassium, which normally would come from zucchini and the other vegetables which are now not in the meal plan. So let's continue making and constructing this victory breakfast. Love my dark chocolate, always comes back for the loading phase. The fats we add to the meals to kind of stuck on the carbohydrates to the body, because I don't eat any fats really in addition apart from the omega-3 capsules during my contest prep, at least the last couple of weeks, to minimize the amount of fat. But now we will add fats again because it's delicious and useful to make those carbs stick. Just look at that. Nicely melting dark chocolate. Five-second rule.
500 seconden.
Wow, 70 grams to the dot. These bananas are perfection. It was supposed to be 70, so isn't that a good sign? And a lot of people ask me, well, not anymore, but before they used to, should you or can you eat whey protein right before a show? Won't it be bothersome for your shape, holding water, bloating, stuff like this? Well, no, I would not change anything. If you looked good yesterday with eating this, you're gonna look exactly the same, but better with the carb load today. So I've been using this for months, if not years, and it's always served its purpose. Whey protein is a very highly, easily absorbable protein source with essential amino acids. Tastes amazing, and just like the previous carb loading days, you want to alternate in between meals between sweet, which is this, obviously a delicious chocolatey flavor, and the next meal will be savory. So you have sweet and savory meals to reduce taste fatigue, which means you really want to look forward to each meal. Helps with digestion. It's mental but also physical what your body does to enhance the digestion process. So this obviously will be the whey drip. Put in 35 grams of whey, and then just a bit less water than the amount of whey to create the perfect drip. With a golden spoon, of course. Gonna put this in the fridge for about 5 minutes and take my supplements in the meantime. And then I'll see you at the weight drip. It's time for the true victory breakfast. And some people also ask me, how do you make the weight drip? And then they try it out. But designer way, it's like it's specifically designed to have this consistency and flavor combination, which works perfectly to use it as like a frosting on top of your oats or rice flour. And some whey brands, they simply don't have it. Sorry to say, but I'm seeing some creations and you see like bubbles or too watery, even though they follow the instructions. This is just perfection. Emptied out the dog bowl, and it's going to be used for 7 more times today. Alright, I didn't tell you this, but that was actually the pre-workout meal. So we're going to do a full upper body pump workout. Mitchell Gilbert will be there, and more importantly, Stefan Kienzel will be there. And Mitchell is, by the way, from Gilco Productions, which makes awesome reels and stage footage. So it's nice to have him with me again. And right now we're going to take a scoop of crayon, of course. But now we got to also look at the water intake, because that's what I did last time, to really take care that I don't drink too much water or too little. So I'm going to measure everything out until we are at about 5 liters today in total. So I include the morning drink, what's in the cream of rice, and of course the pre-workout and intra-workout. So you don't want to waste too much water right now. So I'm filling this with half a liter instead of a liter for the pre-workout. And caffeine also helps a little bit with diuresis, aka not holding on to too much water. It's all those little things in the end that work. And of course we always take in our health supplements. I just took in omega-3, magnesium, immune support, and now Q10 Pro for the heart and oxygen efficiency during the workout. 500 mils with a little bit of IsoClear. This is basically the same as EAAs, except it has all essential amino acids plus all other amino acids, so the difference is not really that great, but I love this flavor. Mystery orange. Gonna put in 15 grams of that in here, and then we're all set for the workout. Not adding any salt, because the salt I'm adding to each meal. 10 grinds of pink salt to my rice flour meals, and 6 grinds to my rice meals, because the rice flour meals contain more water, so you can actually compensate for that a little bit. Don't complicate things too much, but I know that has worked for me in a previous peak, so why change something if it's not broken? Anyway, let's drive to the amazing Dino's gym.
That's it. Oh, hey! It's probably 35, 40 pounds. You have to go here? Yeah. No, if you're the one, you have to do the 2 out. How's the coach feeling?
It's absolutely incredible. Condition slightly improved from the absolute perfect condition 2 weeks ago. We made some small changes of posing concerning the feedback he got from Tyler Mannion, who will be head judge at that show, to be sure that we can display his absolutely best again on Friday to secure a second Arnold win.
Great workout, but I do feel tired. I've only had one meal, which is not entirely absorbed yet, way my lightest yet, so it really is time to carb up now, relax, get the carbs in the system, and prepare for the battle in 2 days.
Look at that, guys. The rice, no, not just the rice, the golden rice is done. Another ingredient here is the dates. Let's check how many grams it is, or again, it's in my plan. 25 grams of dates. Now dates, because I don't really put a lot of vegetables in here, we're missing the potassium source which would come from the zucchini, for example. Here, this is a carbohydrate source, more dense in calories and carbohydrates, but also in potassium. So you kind of replace your potassium needs that way. Then we're just going to cut it up, these high quality dates, and make sure to get the one with the pit still in it, because then it remains softer and more fresh. Alright, now we're going to add the protein source, which is Nordic salmon for the healthy fats, some chicken, and of course the magical asparagus. 3, 4, 5, 6. Without salt, you cannot take up glycogen or glucose, because it's one of the cofactors. Sodium is one of the cofactors to uptake glucose in the muscle. So for people who eat no sodium, good luck loading up, because it won't happen. Golden spoon. Mix it together a little bit, because on top it's always a tradition to add a little bit of Heinz Zero ketchup from the Netherlands. Just like that. I did this in Ohio as well. Why mess with a formula that's not broken? And American, French, classic yellow mustard. 0 calories. And also super low in sodium. So can't hurt adding this either. Kaboom. Now let's enjoy. Alright. We have been carb loading the whole day. We have one more meal to go, but it's also time to sleep. So before eating this meal, I always like to take night spray. This has melatonin in there. I like to do at least 10 of them. And 5 extra for good measure. Green apple flavor. Actually tastes pretty good. And I always say, don't worry about being dependent on this. It always works. It will always work. And it's a good antioxidant for the brain as well. I also take vitamin D. You know, the Netherlands and the UK are pretty much the same as in no sun. So what you need then is extra vitamin D. And K2 as well. It's healthy for calcium absorption from the gut. That's what D3 does, and K2 helps redirect that calcium to the bones rather than being stuck in the arteries and forming plaque buildup, for example. I already prepared the rice, which is going to be my final carb meal, 130 grams of golden rice. And now I will simply create the protein and the vegetable source. The protein source will be mostly salmon and a little bit of chicken. And the salmon amount is actually more than the previous meals, because this meal contains a bit more fat because we're going through the night. And you know, there's nothing wrong with having some extra omega-3 fatty acids. Lowers inflammation and it bumps up the calories for this day, making those carbohydrates stick. And I'm very curious what I'll weigh tomorrow, but for now, let's just create that meal and show you what it looks like.
Alrighty, that is the final meal of the day. Of course, golden rice, a little bit of chicken, some asparagus, some dates, and of course the beautiful Nordic salmon. So we loaded up until around now 950 grams of carbs today, and around 90 to 100 grams of fats, and protein is around 100 to 150 grams per meal in terms of the chicken and salmon, and about 40 grams of designer whey with each meal. So protein is lower now in total, but it still is not super low because it aids, of course, in the maintenance of muscle mass, but also diuresis, and a bodybuilder cannot live without the essential amino acids. So that was the first successful carb loading day. Tomorrow is going to be another one, but also a lot more things like the weigh-in, the meet and greet, the athletes meeting, seeing Arnold Schwarzenegger again, and a lot more. So be on the lookout for that video. Come out very soon, so make sure to subscribe to this channel. Make sure to click the notification button, the bell button, to know when it's exactly uploaded so you're not missing anything. And of course, thank you so much for the incredible support. A lot of you guys have been supporting me by purchasing the Vintage Genetics clothing, for example, the Dutch Oak t-shirt and tank top, and also using my code Wesley at esn.com. Every link is down below, but it truly does help, propel my bodybuilding career to heights it has never been before, and it just feels so incredible to be living my dream and my passion here, thanks to you guys. So thanks once again for the golden support, and don't forget to stay golden.